Perfect. Good evening, everyone. This is the Coaches and Coxswains meeting for the New England Rowing Championships, which is brought to you by the QRA with assistance from the Intercollegiate Rowing Association and held on Lake Quinsigamond on May 2nd, 2026. The regatta is held out of Regatta Point, located at 10 North Lake Ave, Worcester, Mass. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Thad Gamula, and I'm the regatta director of the New England Rowing Championship. I am joined tonight by Laura Kunkemuller, the Intercollegiate Rowing Association Commissioner, Mark Angelillo, the Chief Referee, and several of the other officials for this regatta. Okay, like previous years, if you could please text your school code for attendance to the number 22333 at this time to log attendance. So, for example, if you are with Amherst College, you would text your school number being 27526 to that number 22333. Schools are listed here alphabetically. If for some reason you do not see your school name on this list, please email me at thadgamula@qra.org so I can log your attendance manually. While we wait for the attendance to load in, I would like to point out the question and answer feature on this platform. As you may have noticed, your cameras, your microphones, and chats have been turned off for all except the presenters. We ask if you do have a question during the presentation, please enter it in the Q&A function, which can be found at the bottom right of your screen. It looks like 9 little dots. If you click that, it will open the meeting tools and you can find the question and answer tab there. So once again, if you're putting your hand up, raising your hand for anything, it will not be seen. You actually have to type in the question and answer function. While we give it a couple more minutes for the attendance to load in, I would like to discuss any lingering compliance issues. So there are still schools that have not fully logged their athlete compliance. And just to name the 4 that are still there, it's Simmons, Tufts, UNH, and Williams. All 4 of those schools, still have lingering issues. If you would like to touch base with me, I will actually be sending the last round of compliance emails out after this CNC meeting. All right, well, I give it another couple seconds for these to load in. Perfect. Looks like we have a pretty good response here. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about practice. The practice day is Friday, May 1st between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Please note that the gates to Regatta Point officially open for trailers at noon, 12 p.m., and we will close them and they will be locked at 7 p.m. Please do not arrive early. You will be asked to drive around until the gates open. The hospital has specifically asked us, as they have in the past, not to interfere with traffic on their property by having trailers parked and staged along North Road. North Road is that road that's directly across from the north gates that everybody enters. The launch docks will officially close at 5 p.m., so please plan accordingly. The traffic pattern on practice day. So for those of you who haven't been here before, we have 2 sides of the lake. One side we call the Worcester Shore, one side we call the Shrewsbury Shore. Worcester Shore is where everybody is out of Regatta Point. The regatta is staged out of Worcester at Regatta Point, and you are all on the Worcester Shore. The far side of the lake, where the Donahue Rowing Center is, at the top of the lake is the Shrewsbury Shore. So on the lake, we have 7 fully buoyed lanes numbered 0 to 6. Lane 0 is closest to the Worcester Shore. Once again, those of you launching from Regatta Point are the Worcester Shore. And lane 6 is all the way closest to the Shrewsbury Shore. I will remind everyone several times how we are numbered, just because it's a little unique. If you launch from Regatta Point on the Worcester Shore, you must travel directly north to the start on practice day. You may travel north outside of the course, in lane 0 or in lane 1. Lane 2 is a dead lane. There is no boat travel in lane 2. There will be several large wakeless marshalling launches in that lane. Please do not at any point enter lane 2. That means absolutely no crossing of the course whatsoever. So once again, lane 2 is the 3rd fully buoyed lane from the Worcester Shore. 012. And just to reiterate, rules for practice, there will be no pressure traveling to the start. If you are launching from Donahue Rowing Center, you must travel outside the course on lane 6, past the finish, before you turn to starboard and row across. You may then join the crews launching from Regatta Point and travel north outside the course in lane 0 or in lane 1. Once again, please note the shallow area marked on the map. Once you get past the 500-meter mark, you can see it in the top right. This is the pump house. It's located directly across from Donahue. If you get too close on practice or race day, you risk losing your skeg or damaging your boat. There is a large red buoy that's posted, that's in place out there right now. The object is not to go between the buoy and shore. You will lose a skeg. It is very shallow. It's really never a good idea to get too close to the shore along our course. Really try to avoid it. After the pump house will be the 290 bridge. You will enter the cove on the opposite side of the bridge by rowing through the small span on practice day. You then immediately make your turn and practice south in lanes 3 through 6. No practicing in the cove. You are not allowed to go up into the cove around the buoys for practice day. And for each of the lanes, note lanes 3 and 4 are for pieces less than 1,000 meters, and 5 and 6 are for pieces greater than 1,000 meters. Once again, at no point should you enter lane 2. Remember, we have lane 0, so lane 2 is the third fully buoyed lane. There will be no stake boats in place on practice day, so you can just go up, turn around, and go right into your lane and practice. You must travel the entirety of the course before you spin towards starboard to either go back up for another time around or to land your boat. You will once again land your boat at the same dock you launched from. If you land at Donahue, please make sure you go all the way up into the start and come back down along the Shrewsbury shore. It's going to be a little difficult landing at Donahue. Just be aware that no boats are coming down. You're going to have to kick out a little bit into lane 5 or 6, turn and make the turn to land your boat. Please remember the course closes at 6 p.m. Do not take another lap at 5:45. And at no point, per usual, are you to row beyond the Route 9 bridge, which is the large blue arch at the very south end of our course. Okay, so on race day, we're going to talk about launching and control commission real quick. Coxswains at Regatta Point, you will be launching from 2 different locations. We have the north docks and the south docks. The north docks are 2 floating docks at the northern end of the park. The south docks are tucked on the opposite side of Regatta headquarters, and it is just a single dock. Please, at no point, put your equipment down to block access to these docks. Don't place oars or boats in the way. Keep their very large paths. Let's keep them open. The referees at Control Commission will not be doing thorough safety checks. By launching your boat, you certify that the boat is compliant with all safety regulations. Just like last year, your bow number will be provided for you. Please pick it up at Control Commission as you are launching, and please remember to give it back when you land. We ask for you to be quick on the docks and to listen to the dock masters. They will be giving many instructions. Please listen to them. All right. Actual race day traffic. On Saturday, the traffic pattern is very similar to the practice day. If you are launching from Regatta Point, once again, you will proceed north, but this time it's outside the buoy lane along the Worcester shore. We do have several 7-boat races, so please keep clear of the buoy lines. Make sure we're outside of the course. Same thing, once you get north of the 500 meters across from Donahue Rowing Center, please avoid the pump house as it is very shallow. If you are launching from Donahue, you have 2 options. You go directly across, make sure no racers are coming, and avoid the pump house, or you proceed south along the Shrewsbury shore outside of the buoy line. The main difference for those of you launching from Donahue Rowing Center between race day and practice day is that on race day, if you launch from the DRC, you may not go further than the 1,500 meter mark. You will then turn and make your way across when no racers are coming, then join the rest of the traffic headed north. After the pump house, all crews will once again enter the warm-up cove. And then this next picture is a close up of our starting area. Same as practice day, you're going to be entering through the small span between the piers at the Worcester shore. There is absolutely no pressure going through the bridge. Once again, absolutely no pressure going through the 290 bridge. Once you enter the start cove, you will see 3 large white buoys in the center. The traffic pattern is clockwise around these buoys. Please keep your head on a swivel up here. It can get tight at times. Once again, just it's very important to pay attention. You can get a lot of congestion in there, and I ask you to just keep your head on a swivel and pay attention. On this map, you can see a big red polygon in the back. That is the back cove of our starting area. Do not enter it. You will get out of earshot of the officials. Nobody's going to come looking for you. Please stay out of there. The marshals will gather you before your race is called and have you line up in numeric order. When your race is called and you are directed to do so, you will enter the course between the Shrewsbury shore and the eastmost pier of the bridge. At no point do you go between the stake boats. Once again, at no point are you to go between the stake boats. After you get past the pier, you will turn your boat to starboard, row to your lane, and then turn and back down into the stake boat. Do not row far beyond the starting area and attempt to back down at 100 meters. It won't be pleasant for anyone. Keep an eye on what the wind's doing to make adjustments for where you turn and where you back down from. Just for additional help, this is another view of the 290 bridge from the starting cove. This is if you were standing right in the middle of the 3 large buoys. The one thing that's missing here is the starter's tower. There'll be a large starter's tower right behind those stake boats. So you're looking straight down the course here, all the way off to the right-hand side in this picture is the Worcester shore. All the way off on the left-hand side is the Shrewsbury shore. You can see that small span where you enter the practice area. You see the very large span with the stake boats as the racing span. And then off to the left, you see the pier. And you can make out the Shrewsbury shore off to the left, but that is where you're going to enter to the start when you're called to do so. You will go up through there, turn, come across into the lanes, turn again, and back it down. And we have a few different resources that you can use. There's a new race course tour on the YouTube channel. So it shows everything and it gives a little bit of a picture. It's a video. It shows the entirety of our course for those of you who want to see it if you haven't been here before actually getting out to it. So at this point in time, I would like to now pass it off to the chief referee, Mark Angelillo, for the refereeing points of note. Mark?
Good evening, and thank you all for coming to this regatta. We're looking forward to it. We have a great referee crew with a lot of experience and referees coming from all over the country, so we're excited about that. And I just want to emphasize a few points tonight. Thad went through some of it, but I'll reemphasize a few things. So Coxswains, weigh-ins are from 6 to noon, Thad, I think that's right, on Saturday.
Yes.
And what weigh-ins for women's events are 121 is the weight, minimum weight, and for men's events it's 125. When you come up to weigh-ins, please be in your racing uniform, which could be your official t-shirt and shorts or uni, plus socks. So no shoes, no hats, no sunglasses are allowed for the weigh-ins. And just as a reminder, please don't have any food or drink in the weigh-in lines or at the weigh-ins itself. Silent marshaling, what we're meaning by that is we're not going to zoom around and try and get you out of your zone as you're doing your warm-up. And so as part of that, we're going to expect that means you will hear the announcement for your race and that you will come over and be ready to race when it is your time to race. We ask that you be there 8 to 10 minutes before your race, ready to get there. And what will happen is the start marshal will get you organized into numeric order, starting with lane 0 or 1, whichever is the lowest number, and then going up to 6. And as Thad said, you'll enter on the Shrewsbury side, which is if you're looking down the race course, it's the left-hand side of the race course between the bridge pier and the shore. You'll come around that corner. You'll cut across the lanes to your lane, turn in your lane, not the lanes next to it, but in your lane, and then back down. If you go too far out, it's going to be very difficult for you to back down. The last weather report I looked at looked like there could be some crosswinds, which means if you go further out, it's going to make it that much more difficult. Once you have locked on, please be ready to scull your boat. And if you're not aware of what I mean by that, please talk to your coach. If you have never practiced locking onto a stake boat, if this is a novice race for you, it's the first race of the season, whatever that may be, please practice a couple times getting onto a stake boat with your coach before you get there. It'll make everybody's race experience much better. When we announce the starter will go through an announce start, which means they will announce each crew. After you've entered the course, locked on, ready to go, the starter will announce each crew, and then we'll start the race with a normal procedure. If it is not possible to use a quick start in the starter's judgment, the starter has the capability and authority to go to a quick start, which will mean that they will not announce each crew before they start the race. Let's see what else. I think that the other thing is the finish procedures. You'll have a referee that's following the race, looking for and controlling the race, making sure there's no interference and so forth. And at the end of the race, they will check weights. So it'll be the following referee that checks weights. It will not be a finish marshal. And the referee will give you the opportunity then, if you have an objection, to raise your hand, get the referee's attention, discuss the issue with the referee. The referee will make a decision. And if you are not okay with that decision, please make sure the referee knows that. And you always have the opportunity to continue that objection on land with the ombudsman, so that you haven't lost your opportunity just because you disagree with what the referee's decision is. But just make sure that if you do have an objection, that you do it on the water, because it has to be first done there. When we do have 7 boat races, and there are a few of them, please anticipate that the referee that is closest to the 1,000-meter mark will stop you on the regatta point side of the pinch point and hold you there for the traffic coming down in lane 7, just to make sure that we don't have any boats that are going to run into each other going opposite directions. And I think that was everything that I had.
Perfect. We can actually just, one of the questions that came in is perfect for your part. What will the normal start sequence sound like?
No, okay. So once everybody's locked on, pointed safely and aligned, the starter, who will be on a big platform behind you, as you're facing towards, your back is towards the finish. The start will be obviously where you can see it, but the coxswains may not be able to see the starter, depending on, they shouldn't be able to see the starter because they're going to be facing down the course. And what will happen is that the starter will say and announce the crews in order that they're in the stake boats. So it may be, I don't know, pick the crews, St. Mary's, St. Joe's, whatever it is. He or she will go through that order, and then they will say attention. They will raise the flag, the starter's flag, and then simultaneously they will lower the flag and say go. And if you hear the referee say go, great. If you don't, your indication to go is seeing the flag move. And that's it. If it's going to be a quick start for one reason or another, because of weather or trouble locking on or whatever it may be, the referee will say, we will be using a quick start, attention, the flag will go up, and they'll say go.
Great, thank you. And we'll answer the rest of these as we get to the end of the presentation.
Just one more thing, Ken.
Yeah.
So this is a good illustration of, you're not going to go between the stake boats. Everybody needs to go around the bridge pier that would be on the left of this photograph, come in from the side, and then back down. So you're not in any situation to go through the stake boats to lock onto your stake boat.
Yeah, perfect. No, we can't iterate that enough. Absolutely no going through the stake boats. And the way the starters tower is this year, there's no going in front of the starters tower either. There's just not enough room. Perfect. Thank you, Mark. Okay. To take over after the race has been finished, once again, after it has been made official, you will spin to your starboard side and proceed quickly out of the finish line area. You will land at the same docks you launched on. Uh, Listen to the dock masters for instructions. It's going to be busy. There's going to be lots of instructions. Just listen for the dock masters. Boats going back to Donahue will row up past the pump house. Proceed. In years past, we had you proceed directly across and row back down. The best option here is to wait for no races and proceed and just go right across and into the dock. That the way the current setup is, I don't see a better option to do. Just be very aware that no races are coming down and you're not impeding anything. Keep your head on a swivel, and just be alert.
Thad, one more thing to add
Go
after
ahead.
the finish. So on for the finals where there's medals, the following referee will assist you in getting in the appropriate order, which will be third, second, first place, and assist you in getting over to the awards dock before they return back to the start. So they'll be there to help you get there and get everything organized from that standpoint.
Perfect, and that's actually another good segue for me. If you do happen to medal in your grand final event, you will be directed to the awards dock by the official. You can see it on your screen here as a purple dotted line. Like Mark said, you will be called in reverse order: bronze, silver, gold. Please just be aware of the shallows around the finish tower. You can see that as a yellow polygon. We have an island with a finish tower over there. It does get shallow. The last thing you want to do after you win your race is to rip your skeg off going to the awards dock. And once again, just to remind everybody, at no point are you to continue south past the Route 9 bridge as depicted in the graphic. In the event of an emergency, we have many different safety officials on the water between the rowing officials, police, fire, EMS, environmental police, fire dive team. We have it all out there. If at any point you or anyone in the boat is having a medical issue, it is important you stop and get the attention of the closest safety launch. Once again, if you or anyone in your boat is having a medical issue, it is important you stop and get the closest safety launch attention. If there is a weather emergency, most likely this time of year, if there's a chance of a thunderstorm, who knows? It's spring in New England. The same mentioned safety official will make an announcement. If there is an event where we have to evacuate the lake, any crews south of the 1,000-meter mark will return to Regatta Point, and anyone north of the 1,000-meter mark, that includes the starting area, will row and land at Donahue Rowing Center. So once again, anybody south of the 1,000-meter mark will go to Regatta Point. Anybody north of the 1,000-meter mark is going to go to Donahue. So to wrap up, once again, our usual, there's absolutely no public urination. Porta potties are provided throughout Regatta Point, and just to drive the point home, if you are caught urinating in the lake, your program is subject to being banned for a year, and you are subject to criminal charges. Anything brought on the water by a crew must come off with the crew. There's absolutely no handing anything to stake boat holders. In the event, we have noted that there's potential for east winds. We will keep everybody well aware of what the thoughts are. The WhatsApp group is up and running. If you have not joined coaches, you absolutely need one person from your team to join the WhatsApp group. Any last second decisions or messages, we will be sending through that. If any instances where we have to switch lanes or adjust lanes, we will do so. We will announce it, and we will. The difference is we will keep the bow numbers the same. It'll just be adjusted. So this is the point where we've pretty much went over everything that we thought is important. Once again, we can't have you ask to raise hands. You can't physically ask questions, but by all means, I direct you to the question and answer function at the bottom right of your screen. A recording of this meeting will be on the Quinsigamond Rowing Association YouTube page, and a link will be posted on Regatta Central as well. So that's going to answer one of the questions we had right here. You will find a link to this recording on the YouTube channel, right where the link to the CNC was, right to where the link to this specific call was. So if you need to go back and look at anything or have a question about anything that I said or Mark said, please go back, watch the video. The other thing I can't stress enough is if you're there early in the morning or not even early before you race, if you do have any lingering questions and you didn't want to ask them here, by all means, come up and find one of the officials. You can find them. They're easy to spot. They have the dark blue jackets on. They're very approachable. They will absolutely answer any question you have in reason. And another reminder, there is a course tour video on the YouTube channel. It's been updated. It's a little better than the old one, so I encourage everybody to go check that out. It's a very accurate depiction of what we have out there. Okay, so let's go through these questions. May we weigh in on Friday as well? The answer is no. There will be no opportunity to weigh in on Friday. It is Saturday morning only. Where will the weigh-ins be? That's a good question. So the weigh-ins will be held at the Regatta headquarters. There is, if you come down from where your trailer is parked, there's a large white building. It's called Regatta Point. You will come to the front of the building and you'll walk down. There's a garage bay. You won't be able to miss it. We have a table and a scale set up in there. That is where you'll be weighing in. So just come on down, come to the front of that building, walk all the way down, and you'll see it. There's a garage bay that will be open for weigh-ins. Does every event require a weigh-in? Yes, every event does require a weigh-in. And how do we join the WhatsApp group? So coaches, the WhatsApp group, you can join by going to the New England packet. It's posted on the packet. If at very least you cannot find it and you can't enter it to the packet, send me an email and I will send you a link to, or I will add you specifically to the WhatsApp. Once again, it's a coach's it's a coach's app for any questions that may come up during the event, and it's also used if we have any last minute notifications that need to go out just to get everybody. That's why it's important to have at least one person, one staff member from the team on it.
Hey, Thad, on weigh-ins.
Go ahead.
If a coxswain is racing in more than one event, they only weigh in.
They won't. That's not allowed.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's all right. No worries. Great. Then there are no more questions on here. Mark, do you have anything else, or?
I don't think so. Just
Okay.
a quick reminder that, you know, it's all the athletes and coaches' obligations to understand and know the rules of rowing. We're there to enforce them. But it's their obligation to understand them. If they have any questions, feel free to ask them. As Dad said, we're a very approachable group. We're there to hopefully have everyone have a great experience. That's our objective. And so we're not scary people. We're just there to help you and just to make sure that everything is fair and safe.
Absolutely. Great. Once again, once this is done processing, I will put this up on Regatta Central so everybody has access to it. Thank you, everyone, for those teams that I talked about compliance. Let's finish that up, and we will see you all this weekend. Thank you, everybody.